If you own a home in Windsor-Essex right now, you need to watch this because the market shifted again in March. And depending on where you live and what type of home you own, the story is very different. Some sellers are doing great. Others are sitting and wondering what went wrong. I'm going to tell you which side of that line you're on. And we're going to go community by community. Windsor, LaSalle, Tecumseh, Amherstburg, Kingsville, Leamington, Wheatley, Lakeshore, and Essex. All of it. So if your community is on that list, stick around because I've got your numbers. I'm Linda Hakr with Jump Realty. And this is your Windsor-Essex market update for March 2026. So before we dive in, if you're watching this because you're considering relocating to Windsor-Essex, I put together a complete 2026 Windsor-Essex relocation guide that covers everything you need to know before making the move. Communities, lifestyles, home prices, the buying process, all of it, completely free. The link is in the description. But honestly, the guide is just a starting point. Every move is different, and I'd love to actually talk to you, answer your specific questions, walk you through what the market looks like right now for your situation, and help you figure out if this is the right move and the right time. You can reach me directly at 519-654-6695 or just send me a message through the link below. No pressure, no obligation, just a real conversation. So let's start with the big picture. What actually happened across Windsor-Essex in March? 411 homes sold across the region. And here's something that might surprise you. That's actually up 6.8% compared to March of last year. So sales are moving in the right direction, heading into spring, which is encouraging. Now, before you get too excited, prices are softer. The average sale price came in at $532,208, which is down about 6.8% from March 2025. And the median sale price, which I think is actually the more reliable number because it doesn't get pulled around by a few really expensive sales at the top, that came in at $479,927. So yes, prices are down year over year, but I want to be really clear about something. This is not a crash. This is a gradual, steady correction from what was, let's be honest, an absolutely wild market in 2021 and 2022. Remember those days? Homes are selling 30% over asking. Buyers were waiving inspections. People were offering on houses they never even seen or walked through. Yeah, that was not normal. What we have now is much closer to normal. Homes are sitting on the market for a median of 17 days right now. Last year, it was 13 days. So things are a little bit slower. Buyers are taking a little bit more time to make decisions. And honestly, that's healthy. That's how a real estate market is supposed to work. We had 1,107 new listings come to the market in March and 1,682 active listing at month's end. That gives us 4.1 months of inventory, which puts us right at the edge of what we call a balanced market. Not a full buyer's market either, right in the middle, which means strategy matters more than ever right now. Okay. Let's talk about what's actually selling, because this is where it gets really interesting. Not all homes are created equal right now, and the story is different depending on what type of property you own. Let's start with single-family homes, because that's where the bulk of the action is. 355 single-family homes sold in March. That's up 4.4% from last year. The average sale price was $555,238 and the median was $510,000. So this segment is holding up reasonably well. Now here's something I found genuinely interesting when I dug into the numbers. The most popular home style sold in March, the bungalow. 76 bungalows sold with an average price of $462,048. And that does not surprise me one bit. Bungalows are having a moment right now, and I think they're going to keep having a moment. You've got downsizers who are done climbing stairs. I hear you. A well-maintained bungalow in Windsor-Essex right now, that is genuinely desirable product. If you own one, that's good news for you. So coming in second, we have the two-story home. We had 61 sales. Average sale price was $670,472. That's the larger home, double garage, finished basement, strong demand at the upper end of the market. Ranch-style homes came in third with 46 sales and an average sale price of $608,603. The 1.5-story homes, 44 sales, $407,000. They're the more affordable detached options in the region. Good entry point for first-time buyers who want to get into the market without stretching too thin. So if you own a single-family home in Windsor-Essex, the market is treating you reasonably well right now. Not 2022 well, but reasonably well. And I'll take reasonably well over chaos any day of the week. So let's talk about townhomes, because there's an interesting dynamic happening here that I want to make sure you're aware of. 11 townhomes sold in March, which is actually up 37.7% from last year. So activity is picking up in this category. But here's the number that caught my eye. The sale to list price ratio for townhomes was 97.4%. What does that mean, plain language? It means buyers are successfully negotiating sellers down below their asking price. And it's the only major home type where that's consistently happening right now. So if you're a buyer looking at a townhome, you have negotiating room, real negotiating room. Make sure you use it. Go in with a thoughtful offer and have that conversation. And if you're selling a townhome, please price it right from day one, because the data is telling you clearly that buyers are not going to chase an overpriced listing in this segment. They'll just move on to the next one. And there are plenty to choose from right now. The HPI benchmark for townhomes sits at $440,300 as of March. Okay, now I need to talk about the condos and the apartments. And I'm going to be completely straight with you here because I think you deserve an honest read on this part of the market. The condo market is Windsor-Essex. It's the most challenging segment right now. Full stop. 30 condos and apartments sold in March. The average price was $380,180. But the number that really tells the story, 7.6 months of inventory, with 229 active condo listings sitting on the market, up 51.7% from last March. 7.6 months of inventory is a buyer's market. A proper buyer's market and new condo listings are still coming up. 47.6% year over year. So the supply is not slowing down. Now, I'm not saying this to scare anyone. If you own a condo and you're not planning to sell, you're fine. Carry on. But if you need to sell a condo right now, you need to go with clear eyes and a really solid strategy. Pricing it correctly. And I mean actually pricing it correctly based on what's genuinely selling, not what you wish it was worth. That is non-negotiable in this segment right now. This is honestly one of those situations where the difference between a good agent and a great agent shows up in a very real way. Just putting that out there. Let's take a tour of the region now, because Windsor-Essex is not one market. It never has been. It's a collection of communities, each with its own personality, its own price point, and its own story in March. So let's go through them one by one. Starting with Windsor, LaSalle, and Tecumseh. This is the engine of the region. 217 homes sold here in March. By far the highest volume of any area in Windsor-Essex. The average sale price was $510,341. So if you're buying or selling in Windsor, LaSalle, or Tecumseh, you're in the most active, most liquid part of this market. Lots of buyers, lots of choices, things move. So over in Amherstburg, we had 17 sales. The average price was $678,000. Amherstburg consistently trades above the region average, and the 12-month average is $666,370. It confirms it's not a one-month fluke. People love the community. They love the waterfront, the heritage feel, the character of the homes. Buyers are willing to pay for all of it, and they are. Essex, it came in with 7 sales in March at the average of $526,714. Solid, stable, good value. The 12-month average, $546,000. Tells you this is a consistent market. If you want small town living without being far from anything, Essex is genuinely worth a look. Now, Kingsville, and I have to say, as someone who works in this community regularly, I never get tired of talking about it. 15 sales in March at an average of $577,973. Now, the 12-month average is $649,637. So March ran a bit lower than usual, which just means the particular homes that sold in this month were in a more modest price range. It happens. Kingsville is still one of the most desirable communities in all of Essex County. That has not changed, and I don't expect it to. And if you want the full Kingsville story, I did a complete community breakdown for March 2026 that goes much deeper into who is buying there and what it means for sellers. So Leamington, 28 sales in March. That is one of the stronger community level activity counts in the entire region. Average price, $485,612. Leamington gives you waterfront access, a genuine sense of community, and some of the most accessible price points in Essex County. I see buyers coming to Leamington specifically because they can get more for their money, and they are absolutely not wrong about that. I also did a full Leamington community breakdown for March 2026. That link is also in the description below if you want to go deeper into that one as well. So Wheatley, 5 sales in March at an average of $640,688. Now, Wheatley has a smaller pool of sales each month, so the average can move around a bit. But the trend is clear. When homes come to the market in Wheatley, buyers are paying attention. And the buyers, they're willing to pay a real premium. It's a special community and people know it. Now, Lakeshore, including Belle River, and I saved this one because the numbers are genuinely impressive. 15 sales in March at an average sale price of $767,649. That's the highest average of any community in Windsor-Essex this month. The 12-month average is $832,000. Lakeshore is the premium market in this region, and it has been for a while, and the data keeps backing that up. Belle River in particular, newer housing stock, excellent community, infrastructure, close to everything. Buyers are consistently drawn there. If you own in Lakeshore and you've been thinking about selling, I want you to hear this clearly. You are in the strongest position of anyone in this market right now. And then we have the rural and the surrounding Essex-Kingsville area, had 14 sales, average of $585,413. And the broader Lakeshore outlying corridor had 13 sales, $624,000. Both holding strong values with good demand for people who want more land, more space, and that Southwestern Ontario lifestyle that honestly, once you have it, you don't want to give it up. Now, if you're watching this from Toronto, Mississauga, anywhere else in Ontario, and you're seriously thinking about relocating to Windsor, I want to speak directly to you for a second. Look at those numbers. Leamington, $485,000. Essex, $526,000. Kingsville, $577,000. These are detached homes in real communities with genuine character, waterfront access, and a pace of life that people in the GTA spend their whole careers dreaming about. If you're ready to make that move, or even just seriously exploring it, grab my free 2026 Windsor-Essex Relocation Guide from the link in the description. It covers every community, what to expect from the buying process, a realistic timeline, and everything you need to know before you make the call. It will save you a lot of guesswork. So, let's bring this all together. What does March 2026 actually mean for you? If you're a seller, the good news is that single-family homes are selling close to asking price. The sale to list price ratio across Windsor-Essex is 100.6%. That means if you price your home correctly, you can still get a really strong result. The sellers who are struggling right now, and some of them are struggling, are the ones who priced for 2022 and are living in 2026. Don't be that seller. Come to the market with a realistic strategy, great presentation, and an agent who actually knows the current data. That combination still works. If you're a buyer, honestly, this is the best buying environment Windsor-Essex has seen in years. More inventory, longer days on market, prices softer than they were in the peak. You have time to actually think. You have room to negotiate. Communities like Leamington and Essex are offering really strong value right now. If you've been sitting on the sidelines waiting for the perfect moment rarely announces itself. Start the conversation and see what's out there. And if you're just watching the market, keeping tabs, not quite ready to move, I hope this gave you a clear and honest picture of where things actually stand. No hype, no doom and gloom, just the numbers and what they mean for real people making real decisions. All right, this is your Windsor-Essex real estate market update for March 2026. If you found this helpful, and I really hope that you did, please hit the like button. It genuinely helps more people find the content, and honestly, it just makes my day. And if you're not subscribed yet, please do. I put out these market updates every single month, plus tips and insights for buyers and sellers all year long. You won't miss a thing. And don't forget, if you're thinking about relocating to Windsor-Essex, my free 2026 Windsor-Essex relocation guide is linked in the description below. Everything you need to know before you make the move, all in one place. Now, if you want to go deeper on one of the most interesting community stories in this entire update, I did a full breakdown of the Leamington market for March 2026, the 40% jump in sales, who is buying there right now, and what it means for you if you own a home in that community. That video is right up here, so make sure that you go check it out next. No pressure, no obligation, no sales pitch, just a real conversation with someone who knows the market and genuinely loves this region. I'm Linda Hakr with Jump Realty. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.